Hello, I wanted to go over a vendor event on a budget training, essentially. So I'll try to make this as quick as I can, but I do want to go over a whole bunch of information. So this is my setup. This is super simple, guys. There's so much you can do with an event, but I just wanted to get the basics and show you how you can do it just literally going to Dollar Tree. Okay, so let's get started. I have two tablecloths here. This is a white one. These are just the plastic, Dollar Tree one. I have lime green. You could even get a purple one. But I had bought their lime green originally, and then I realized I have a whole bunch of lime green on the table, so it wouldn't really stand out. So then I got the white one and thought, well, how cool would this actually look with like white, purple, and green? But anyways, you get the idea there. And that $2 instead of, and then you can work up to getting a nicer tablecloth, but this will at least get you a place to get started. Okay, these little buckets are 4 or 5, something like that, for $1. So there's, a whole stack of them. My husband uses them for all kinds of things, so we actually had them at the house already. And I have purple and green. You can do whatever colors you want, but I tried to stick to the BellaHoot logo colors. But you can even change them out for, the holidays. So I have, you can mark these however you could write right on there. You could put a label on there. You could lay them out just on the table. I mean, whatever you want, but if you don't have the money to spend on a display, don't let that stop you from doing an event, because the customer can come right up in here and be like, okay, and thumb through what they want, just like if they were buying records or, people like the hunt, so they can just thumb through and grab the ones they want. And, what I kind of like about this idea is if you have someone here, I purposefully spread them out because then someone over here can be looking. And if I'm done with this bucket and somebody else wants to look at it, I can just pass it on. And so, it may get a little messy, but it's a super user-friendly table, and it's simple. There's not a whole lot to it. And this is actually maybe even a little bit busy, but I wanted to this is a pretty small table. It's not even like a 6-foot table. I think it's maybe 2 foot, 3 foot. So you'd have a lot more room in theory to work with. I have a little join my team flyer. It could say, I'm hiring. It could say whatever you want it to say. You could I have a picture of a kit on here. You wouldn't have to have a kit on hand, or you can have your kit. As I mentioned, I try to keep it all Dollar Tree. So this is a picture frame from Dollar Tree with just no glass. That way no kitties can break it and hurt themselves. So I took the glass out. You could leave the glass in, I guess. But that way if it falls, nothing's going to break. Behind here, I threw a little Join My Team flyer. Now, here's the caveat. I don't have my information on here. So you better make sure that you have your link to join you, your name, phone number, whatever you need on there, so that way they can find you, whether it's on the back, on the front, whatever. Just make sure you have, you could use, this one is photo paper, just because that's what I had, but you could even just get the index cards, the big index cards, and print those right on there. You could have these made at probably Vistaprint, but even Walgreens prints photos, and you can just have these printed right there. I'll post everything I used in the group too when I post this video. But a little kind of recruiting section there. These little fun files, these are nail files. These were all 4 of these for $1 at Dollar Tree. So smile sting, you could just use it to decorate your table. You can use these as, host rewards, whatever. Someone purchases, 3 strips, they get a free nail file, whatever you wanted to do. Absolutely don't forget your business cards. However, this one happens to be a Try Me challenge, but you don't have to use that. That's just a sample one. There's my logo, my independent consultant logo. You could have it on the tablecloth down there if you wanted to just, tape it right on there, glue it on there, whatever you want. This again is just a picture frame from Dollar Tree with, no glass. Oh, I found something that's not from Dollar Tree. This one I had already. This is just a blank card. And the reason I specifically chose to just grab one of these to remember to show you is they already stand up. So instead of having everything laying completely flat on your table, if you want little signs, people, go out and buy chalkboards, little mini chalkboards at Michael's and all that. But this is just, you probably get 8 for $1 cards at Dollar Tree. And if you don't like, you can, you could put a piece of paper over it if it said like thank you on the front. you know, glue a piece of white paper over it and then write on it and just use it like as a pretty border. But then you've got a home, you know, an already made stand. This little guy, these were a pack of 2, they're pencil sharpeners. They had them at Dollar Tree. There was a green and a blue one. So again, you could use that as a gift or a prize or just, you know, whatever. This guy was at Dollar Tree. It's just a photo album. I would actually suggest that you put one on the front so they know that it's there to open, or leave it open or stand it up open, however you want to do it. But I just, again, didn't want to forget to show you. So you can have, you know, again, pictures printed at Walgreens or at home or whatever you want to do. Now, an idea here, you can do a couple of things. So like, let's say someone says, oh my gosh, I love this one, I want to have it. Now, if you happen to have a couple of them printed, you could pull this right out, okay? And on the back, you could already have put your name, the name of the strip, and your link so they can order it, you know, or just obviously if you have it in stock, sell it. But the point was, I only put a few strips out here. You don't have to have a whole bunch because you can print a whole bunch of pictures, and these are like 20 cents each or less for the picture. And then you have like your own little homemade catalog. If you are okay with giving it out as a business card, give it right there as the business card, have all the information printed on the back, and just hand them it if you have more in there. If not, grab your card, write it down, and that's if they're just not ready to buy today. Now, if they're ready to buy today, even if you don't have it in stock, this was one other thing I forgot to look for them at Dollar Tree, and I actually already have them. These are, see, it says 3-pack, 150 total sets. These are from Walmart, and I want to say they were like $3 a piece. So they're $1 per bundle, I think. But again, on here, a little reminder, you know, you want to have like a label or something that has your reorder information on here. And that way they know where to go to your website. Like you give them this white copy, it has your information on here so they can order again from you. Same with the strips. Let's see, this one right here is a good example. See how it says BellaHoot.com? You don't want them ordering there. You can take a label, stick it right over there. You can get labels at Dollar Tree too usually. And you can, even if you just handwrite them, write on there, Sparkle Butterfly, your name and your website. And that way they can reorder from you after they've used it. Okay, and they might have order forms at Dollar Tree. I don't know, and I forgot to check. But these are, and you can print these. We have printable order forms, so you wouldn't have to buy them. Okay, these are pretty important. Your prize entry form, even if your prize, guys, is a nail file. I mean, I don't know. It's better to give out maybe a set of strips, but if not, that's fine. The point of these are because you want the people that don't buy, the people that do buy, whatever, you want to be able to follow up with them. So there's some key information on there that you're looking for. You can send them a birthday card once you get their birthday information. You can text them, you can email them. And if they want more information about hosting, joining, or joining your Facebook page, group, anything that you do, your email lists, however you keep your customers up to date, joining that or joining BellaHoot, you would know if they're interested in any of those things by this. Another little side note is I would carry these with you in your purse, your briefcase, backpack, whatever it is that you carry, throw them in your car, because you can just do a monthly prize drawing, period. And it can be for people you meet and give a sample to. Say, hey, you know what, I've got a free sample for you if you just want to fill this out. And kind of make it to where it's not really a free sample. It's a sample if they fill this out. And so they're getting, you know, a free nail strip from your samples, and you're getting a new contact for your email list or whatever you're doing. Okay, so what else did we not go over yet? This right here, I wanted to show you that I think Barbara was asking about a nail bar. I'm so sorry if you can hear my kids. And so here's an idea. You can either just have samples. You can have your samples in like a bucket, and they can take a sample if they want. Make sure you have your business card if you're going to do that, okay? Or, I think it was Barbara, like I said, that was asking about a nail bar. So let me back up for a second. And somebody posted a picture, I think it was Christy, of like a chip and dip tray. It was round, but they're really big. They have those at Dollar Tree as well. So this was a little bit smaller, and I thought it wouldn't take up quite as much room. And realistically, I would say if you have the ability to have this on a whole nother table, that way the customer that's trying it can be not in the way of the customer that might be ready to buy. That'd be a good idea. Sorry, I'm so shaky. But so here's what we've got here, okay? And you could put on here, the example that was shown, it said like step 1 buff or number 1, and it said buff. And you could just write it right on this. This is a plate from Dollar Tree. Happened to be lime green, happened to have enough space kind of, and I was like, oh, that's just meant to be. So what I did was I cut up a buffer. I mean, come on, they're trying it, right? They don't need a whole buffer. And I just numbered, you know, side 1, side 2, side 3, and side 4. You could maybe write it right on there, but I was a little concerned it would get the permanent marker on their fingernail and they might get upset. But so you could cut this up. I left this one whole just to show you what I had done. And it's not very straight even, but I just literally took a pair of scissors and, you know, shoved it as far back as I could where it would, you know, chomp down on it. And I cut up, I would think you could probably get, let's see, I should have counted maybe, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6, maybe 5 samples out of one buffer. And then you can have these to sell to your customers too. If they want to take a full one home, you know, sell it to them, but that's up to you. You can have it in your little tray. You know, your orange stick, and you can put number 2, push, number 3, file, number 4, clean. Make sure it's dry before you put on that sample. Now, totally, I don't know if people would want to share a bottle of top coat, but I just wanted to show you that they have top coat at Dollar Tree. So you could sell these, I guess, if you wanted to, just have it available for your customer. You could use them again as prizes or gifts or however you wanted to do that. But I just left it there so I could show you. So that's it, right? I mean, that's pretty simple. And like I said, this is a really small table, so in theory, you'd have more room. You could be a lot, I mean, you could grow, you know, as you make money and as you build your business, you could then upgrade your tablecloth, upgrade your displays, but this is just super simple. I mean, let's count how many we probably spent. We probably spent $2 on the buckets. That was just $1. There's 3. Picture frame 4, 5. These were at Dollar Tree, 6. Pack of files, 7. My, this guy, 8, 9. Okay, but then I probably spent money to do this, but let's go ahead and start. Hold on for that second. 9. If you bought brand new pens, 10. And then 11 for my tray. So, you know, but then you've got to add obviously your whatever you printed and stuff like that. So, but I mean, we're looking at $10, maybe 20 if you want to, you know, get some extra goodies, extra files, whatever for the little, you know, drawings or something. Or if they buy, you know, 5 sets, they get a free file, 2 sets, whatever you want to do to try and upgrade your customer's purchase. Okay, so then a couple little side notes too. Just on the side here, I wanted to put, oh, one thing too, if your tablecloth goes down to the ground, you have storage underneath your table for whatever you need, a trash can or whatever you need. Okay, so on my little side note here, I don't know if it's too dark for you to see, but I've got my order forms, so I remembered to show you those. I've got my card reader, if you want to be able to take credit cards. They've got these in Square and PayPal, have card readers that you can put right in your phone where your headphone jack is, and you can swipe their card. Your sales increase by like, I want to say it's like 30% if you, like your dollar amount that you make increases exponentially if you have a card reader, just so you know. You don't have to have our network marketing planner, but any planner with you, because even if you don't get a lot of sales, guys, if you don't have a whole lot of product on hand, you know, I put, you know, 3 to 5 strips in each one of these. You know, that means even if you just had, you know, 2 to 3 mixed bundles, you can do an event. But it, you know, if you don't have a whole bunch on hand stuff, or even if it's just a slower event and you know, you're not getting a lot of sales, your goal is to have some sort of calendar with you. I don't care if it's a printed piece of paper. I don't care if you drew it. It doesn't matter. But you want to book parties. You want to collect information. So you need to have their planner there. You want to, if you have the people that are at this event, the other vendors might know of other vendor events that you can attend. So you want to network the entire time you're here. Be thinking of what other events you can do, what parties you can book, who can join your team, and then of course who's going to purchase some strips today. So in this planner, it happens to have an event checklist. Okay, the one thing on here that I want to point out that is not at all necessary is a chair. I think it's on there somewhere. Yep, on the top. See how it says chair? You really don't want to be sitting down too much with these guys. You need to be out talking, show people, even if you're just standing there, so you're ready to help them, but just be up and about and let them know that you're there for them to talk to. If you're behind, you know, they're sitting in a chair with your phone out playing, you know, on Facebook or whatever, people aren't going to talk to you. So this one happens to have, if you look into our network marketing planners, it's got an event checklist right there. In the very back, you've got contact sheets. You've got your calendar, obviously, but you have contacts. You have a generic contact form there, but you also have, you can quickly jot down people that are interested in hosting in a party. You can jot down people that you met at this event or the coordinators of this event, so you can hook up with them the following year or month or whenever they do the next one. And then you've got your team contacts if you meet someone that you think might want to join your team. Okay, and then I already showed you this over here was an opportunity flyer for people to join your team. So that's called an opportunity flyer. No matter what information you've got on this, if it's about joining your team, that's the opportunity flyer. And then whether it's a binder or a folder or whatever you've got, I just grabbed a folder. You can keep host packets here for your hostesses, for your potential hosts. So you can hand them a packet right then and there and let them know, I'm going to be calling you to go over this, but I want you to have it. Or you can email them or text them or whatever to go over it, but you can have your host packets there. But I would not have these on the table necessarily. You don't want the table to get too cluttered. So this is stuff, you know, that you can keep on you, you know, off to the side, back in the back, whatever. The side is, again, great just because, you know, if you're out in front of your table and you're talking to people, you can grab your stuff off to the side if you happen to have a little bit of extra room. Or even just, you know, off to the back, you know, right in here. You don't want to have to go behind the table too much. There was one other thing I just thought of that I wanted to say, and it left my brain as soon as I kept talking about that. So you have your, hopefully I'll remember in 2 seconds, because that's pretty much it, guys. I mean, you've got your event on a budget. I'll post all this stuff for you. These prize entry forms are in our consultant handbook. Well, heck, I can't remember what I was going to say. Anyways, enjoy your events. Let us know. Share your setups below. In this little training, you can share your setups below. You can share your ideas. But yeah, just get out there, network, meet people, have fun. But don't ever let your budget stop you from doing an event. You can do it for super duper cheap and still have a great looking setup. Thanks so much for watching.